YouTube, how's it freaking going? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We have to stop freaking living for the weekend, guys. All right, if you're living for the weekend, that's a problem. There's 7 days in a week, and if you're only excited for 2, that's an issue. And don't use the weekend as a way to escape reality or escape the grind and shit like that, or even take a break. You know, you could still do the things you want to do on the weekend, which is, I don't know, get drunk or whatnot, spend time with your friends. But you still got to get done what you got to get done, right? And when you set out with a plan, so like personally, like I've said before, and I said on Saturday, I am a big believer in balance. When I have want to go out and get drunk or whatnot and go out with the friends, which I'm not a big drinker, I'll be honest with you guys, very rare that I drink. But if I do decide to go out with the friends because I do want to make memories with my friends, I will do what I need to get done prior to going out, and I will write down the things I need to get done before that day even comes, because most of the time you'll come and you won't have a plan. And when you have a plan and you have a to-do list, then you get your shit done, and then you feel more comfortable going out and you feel more justified going out, right? But in reality, we can't be living for the weekend, guys. We can't be utilizing the weekend just to escape reality. We got to use the weekend as it is, which is another time to become better. It's like any other day. You still got to do the things you need to do to become better, regardless of what it is for you. And spend time with your loved ones or friends, right? So obviously the balancing element, but just because it's the weekend doesn't mean you can't do, you shouldn't do the things you need to do, right? Because I feel like a lot of people have that mindset where they just do work or whatnot and they don't do anything to better themselves on the weekends because they just use it as escape, which isn't good, guys. And you know, with things that have occurred to me, I have came to the realization that I was one of those people, and I would only use the weekend as kind of an escape, and I would still do some of the things I needed to do, but I definitely had those like kind of times where I could implement more time towards becoming better, and that's never a bad thing, right? Instead of watching Netflix or whatnot for 5 hours, watch for 2, spend 3 hours reading, or whatever the case may be. But having that balance element is crucial, right? And again, guys, like I said, it's pretty sad. There's 7 days in a week. We ain't trying to live for 2. Today's gonna be back day. Definitely be a good back day. Shahir's here, so that is always exciting to have a partner, and definitely want to encompass the ladder sets. So you know what we gotta do. If you guys don't know what the ladder sets are, I'm going to tell you, but you guys got to stay tuned. So you guys got to check out, it's typically we do it at the end of the workout. We did it on arm day, which was the most insane arm day that I've ever done. And it was a great workout because there was a lot of shit going on, and sometimes you need to exert yourself. So remember that. If you need to exert yourself, you got some shit going on, some pent up whatever feelings or whatnot, go to the gym, man. I've always said it, I'll say it again. You go to the gym, you ain't going to feel worse than you'll feel better than when you did going into the gym. You'll never leave the gym feeling worse, right? Unless you injure yourself, which we ain't trying to do. We ain't ego lifting. But guys, I don't want to talk for too long. Without further ado, it's fucking gym time. So I was kind of messing around with this first set here. I was initially doing deltoid flies, but the machine was taken, so that's okay. We should have to make some alterations to it. But basically what I was doing is I started off with like a really low weight, that way I could just warm myself up. And I decided to just drop it by 1 each time and do 12 reps of each. And really emphasize, number 1, the contractions and controlling the negatives, but also to, make sure that I'm getting that full range of motion and that stretch. However, on this particular lat pull down, it is a little limited to how far I can go up, and it's kind of annoying me a bit because I feel like where I'm stopping isn't getting the full stretch that I'm looking for. But it's okay, we'll work with what we have. If I could lower the seat, that'd be perfect, because like I said, I'm a very big advocate of making sure that you're getting that full range of motion on these sorts of movements, especially on any sort of lat pull down or row, because I just feel like it works your muscles the best possible, like the best way it can. But I don't want to talk for too much. We're going to get into this. Like I said, each set I'm doing an increase of 1 until I get to that point where I'm getting to the half full length partials. And then from that point, I'll probably do 8, because I don't want to do too many of full length partials, but I also want to make sure I'm incorporating it in the workout. And to be honest, I might just keep it at this where I'm doing the full length. Yeah, I'll just do the full length, full range of motion reps. And then when I'm doing the lat pull downs, that's when I'll get the half partials in. Because I feel like with the partials on the lat pull down, it's a lot more, I just feel like it's the best for the full length partials, in my personal opinion. More of a wide grip, because this is a lat pull down, it's just a close grip, which is one that I've been wanting to do for a minute, but we're gonna get right into this. 12 reps. Feels good. Biceps are still sore from the last bicep day, which was on Saturday. But I mean, hey man, we went so fucking hard, I'm not surprised. But like I said, I'm supersetting this with rows, and I'm doing a wide grip rows. I'll show you guys when I get over there, but let's go right into it. All right, as promised, I'm gonna talk about the lat pulls here, or rather lat rows, because there are different types of rows that you could do. And this one, I wanna emphasize my lat movement by doing a wider grip, so it'll be like this. However, when I'm doing this, I like to sit back on the seat and lean into it with my chest, like fall forward into it, to have that kind of like an angle like this. So when I'm pulling, getting that full stretch, really emphasizing my lat movement. That's what I like to do on this particular one. Give it a try. Like I said, on all of the exercises that we're doing at this beginning here, because as I said, I did start off with doing deltoid flies, but the machine was taken, and I'm not gonna sit around and wait for the machine to open up. Just a waste of time. We're just gonna do some lat rows. So I push here through the first set. I'm gonna crush this one for 12 reps. Again, I wanna make sure I'm controlling it, doing it nice and full range of motion. I'm twisting the two there, but yeah, full range of motion, meaning I want that full stretch, bringing it in. And like I said, I really like emphasizing the stretch. I feel like it's the most optimal to grow my lats and just my back and just any movement in general. But of course, having that balance of the partials is good on certain movements, but we're gonna get right into this. That weight was pretty heavy. Honestly, the control wasn't there necessarily, but I do think it's a good weight because I do have to fight to control it, and the 12 reps felt pretty fucking good. Perhaps I could do 15, but I don't think I'd be able to control it the way I want to. So I'm definitely gonna have to test that next set, because like I said, if you can do 15, you gotta up the weight. But we're gonna get this shit done. We're gonna do these two probably for 5 sets. I mean, I think this is set 1 for Shahir, but I've done a couple so far. We'll count as set number 1. So we'll probably do 4. Let's do 4. So 3 more sets of this, let's get it done. As per promise, we're gonna be hitting some full length partials now. Now I'm gonna be honest, we already crushed the first set and it was rough. The reps were definitely heavy. And like I said, that is the name of the game with full length partials. You wanna go heavier and you wanna do like, it's like a half movement, but it's a full length, because partials could be just like this, or they could be, you know, like a full length kind of partial, which is what we're trying to do here. A lot of times people like to use these types of partials when they're getting to their failure mark to get extra reps in, which me personally, I'm more of an advocate of going towards failure of form rather than failure of fatigued, which kind of correlate with each other, because you will get to a certain point where you are utilizing other muscles, and that just indicates that you are fatigued in that specific area that you're trying to hit. Like for example, if I'm doing back and I start to, you know, see myself using momentum or something, or I'll even indicate with more so with the rows, my forearms being used, where I'm using my arms more than I'm actually using my my back. Because again, when you're doing these sort of movements, your grip strength fatigues after a while, and they are heavy on your forearm strength and grip strength in that manner. So obviously working your forearms is a good way to help, but also lifting straps people do, right? Those are good as well, but as I've said before with lifting straps, when you need to use lifting straps, it's an indicator that you need to get your grip strength stronger. So that means you should be working your grip strength more. And hey, if you are working your grip strength as well as doing that, then I guess we can allow that. But if you aren't, then you got a bit of a problem, because that is an indicator that you need to work on your forearms. But like I said, when you get to a certain point on basically any movement, you get to a fatigue level and you still want to keep lifting, and you might be able to do the weight, but you're using other muscles, or you're using one side more than the other or whatnot to compensate. And that's what creates muscle imbalances, and muscle imbalances can lead to injury and stuff like that. So we want to mitigate that. So I like to go towards where I feel like my form's getting compromised. But we're gonna be doing full length partials for 8 reps, heavy weight, 5 sets, just this, no superset. I'm gonna go, he's gonna go. We're gonna choose a weight obviously that we could do adequately. Because again, even with full length partials, more so with full length partials, there is a point in which your failure, or your form starts to fade away. So you gotta make sure that you're keeping up with that to avoid injury and shit like that. But let's get this done. I did 12 there because this weight was a little light. The first set was one lower, but I guess because I'm talking, I have a bit of adequate rest to make sure that I'm going in with the right fuel and energy to get that set done. But you also notice we're doing a neutral grip. As I said before, I'm more of an advocate of the neutral grip lat pull downs. For you guys that don't know, it's when your hands are facing this way rather than the typical pronated. It's much better, in my opinion, to emphasize the effect on your lats, because like even with pull-ups, like you're more optimal to hit pull-ups that are with a neutral grip than you are with just the wide grip to hit your lats because of the way you're doing it. But I'm not saying it doesn't work your lats, it does. But out of the two, for me personally, neutral grip. So if you have access to it, do it. But I don't want you to chat for too long. 5 sets of this, that's set number 2. We got 3 more, he's got 4 more, let's get it done. You know, I always say that when I have partners, I'm not really a big advocate of doing single hand movements just because of the time restraints in it, and it takes up a bit of time. But at the same time, I was also talking about prior to this about getting that full stretch. And when I'm doing single hands, I feel like that's when I really get the most stretch out of it, especially kneeling, because I'm already lower than the bench. So I can really get that full stretch. And even when my hand's at that full extension, it's not touching. So the weight is still in the air. So even here, I'm holding it up. So I feel like throughout the whole range of motion, I'm feeling it. So I mean, I feel like that's the most optimal. But we're gonna do this 10 each arm, but we are supersetting with some deltoid flies, standing deltoid flies, because of course I'm not trying to stand around for too long. But at the same time, when we do this particular exercise, it is a little bit of annoyance because he has to wait for me to do both arms, which in essence is 2 different exercises in itself. But just gotta make sure that we're making every set count. A little less optimal though when you have 3 people. So I guess it is more feasible when you have 2. So I mean, play it by ear. I definitely enjoy this exercise, and I definitely enjoy getting that full stretch. So make sure that I'm emphasizing that and controlling it. Let's get this shit done. Almost rotate into it as well a bit. Directly into the other arm. Definitely gonna add some weight for the next set, but we are doing everything for 4 sets. I want to feel out the water and make sure that I'm doing the form correctly, because this exercise I haven't done in a while. So don't be afraid to do your first set with less weight, so you make sure that you got your form down. And similarly with the bench press, I say do with the bar, so you know which sort of range of motion works best for you, because everyone is different, remember that. But we're gonna go right into our deltoid flies. I want to say I've shown this particular movement before. It's definitely one of my favorites for the deltoid fly, especially because you're standing. So I feel like it just gets more range of motion than the fixated bench one, which is the similar as the pec deck fly, just on the reverse, so you guys didn't know. Definitely a good one to hit your deltoids. You know, there's dumbbell movements you can do as well, but definitely give this one a try, because this is one that I kind of implemented, I would say, like 2 years into my training, and I've seen the most gains from doing this particular movement. But of course, everyone's different, and everyone has to put in the right work into their exercises in order to get gains, because I've said before, if you are training close to failure, you're not getting anything out of that exercise. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we're not here to just fucking pick up some weights that we do every week and just do the same shit. Want to get better, right? And you are the one who puts yourself in a position to get better or not. So In this case, if you are able to do the 15 reps with 12, then up the weight. Pretty simple thing. Or just time your rest, limit your rest. There's multiple ways of gauging progressive overload, which is of course the objective to get better. You can't expect to get better at something if you're not pushing yourself to do the next step, right? You can't climb stairs unless you take the next step. You know, it's kind of similar. If you really look at it in that analogy, it's pretty silly to just keep doing the same weights, right? At the end of the day, your body gets used to stuff, right? But again, I'll name some ways you could gauge your progressive overload. One of which is obviously the weight, time in between your reps, or your sets rather, your sets. So instead of doing 3, do 4. Your reps, right? So if you do 12 one set and then 9 and then 8 and then whatever, and then the next time you do it, then you do 2 sets of 12, that is progressive overload, right? Progressive overload can occur over the duration of the whole exercise or just in one set, right? Because if you are pushing yourself too close to failure and then the next time you do it, you're able to do an additional rep for one set, that's progressive overload. So remember that. But me specifically, even if if I hit 11 the first set and I mentally thought I could only do 10 and that's my progressive overload, for the remainder of the set, I'm gonna hit 11, even if it means taking a pause in between or getting a bit of a spot. Just kind of how I train, and definitely something to incorporate as well, because me personally, I'm a numbers guy, and if I'm doing 11, 10, 9 or whatnot, kind of plays with my mind. So I like to have it fixated. Of course, you don't want to ego lift too, right? Because that can lead to injuries. So doing it safely, but I don't want to talk for too long, which I already have. We're gonna get right into this, doing this for 12 reps, and really want to emphasize that full range of motion on this and getting it down, right? I don't have to bring it down too far. I bring it down just a little below my elbows, I'd say, or rather shoulders, maybe in line. We'll see by looking back at the footage. One of the biggest challenges of this is honestly your grip strength, which is kind of similar with any back movement. But what that says to me is I gotta work on my grip strength. Obviously, my hands were slipping on this because it is slippery, but ain't an excuse. I gotta work on the grip strength, which means when we do forearms next, it ain't gonna be a good thing at all for Mr. Shear and myself. I'll make sure I'm working it good. But we're gonna crush it. We have 2 more sets. Let's get it done. All right, we're gonna hit some close grip rows. Now I haven't done rows in a minute with the single, well, not single hand, but close grip, because I keep telling you guys the T-bar specific row machine is out of service. Someone broke it, so I have to compromise. So I'm using 2 single D handles and still mimicking the close grip sort of row, because I want to hit that middle portion of my back. And we did do the wide grip rows already, so it seems counterintuitive to do it again. So might as well get that variety element in terms of hitting the midsection of the back. But after completing this, we're gonna go right into some lat pullovers. So quite a superset again. Now on this particular one, really want to emphasize that full range of motion. I'm like leaning into it almost, really stretching out my back. I feel like that's the best way to go about it. I'm sure there's science proven things with that as well. Shout out Jeff Nippard. He's shown me quite a lot, Jeff Nippard. If you guys don't watch him, definitely check him out. He's got a lot of great content, very informative stuff. But we're gonna finish this off. I think this is gonna be the last superset that we do. But I got a little surprise, so you guys don't want to miss it. The last exercise we do today, gonna be a bit of a surprise, but definitely something to implement into your workout. So stay tuned for that, because that's no joke. But we're gonna get right into this. 12 reps of both of these. Did the first set already, did a weight that was heavier than this, but I noticed myself kind of cheating and not really getting the full range of motion, which is what I want to get out of this exercise, because I do find it to be like counterintuitive if I didn't do that. Definitely want to emphasize that full range of motion. And one thing that I did specific is there's a foot platform. I put my feet at the bottom of it and kind of held on with just my toes. I found that I was able to get more range of motion by doing that than my feet being higher. I was kind of limited by my legs. So give that a try. Put your feet lower on the platform to allow yourself to get that full range, because that is what I want to emphasize on this, is to make sure that I'm getting that full stretch and then also contracting and squeezing at the contraction and making every rep somewhat tempoed. So I would say my tempo on these is probably like a 3 seconds total, perhaps 4. I'd have to look back at it. Sometimes it's good to count in your head the tempo of your reps, which is another thing that you could progressively overload, right? If you're able to do 3-second tempo for the certain weight for a couple amount of reps, let's say 8 reps, the next time you do it, try doing 4-second tempo for 8 reps, and that is progressive overload, right? Just remember, cheers, punching the fucking rope cables. But just remember, there's a lot of ways that you guys can gauge progressive overload, but the name of the game is to do progressive overload, all right? Don't be stagnant. We're gonna work into our next exercise. Quickly before I go into this set, I really need to emphasize, when you're doing any sort of lat pullover movement, the name of the game is to have a slight bend in your elbow, but to not bend your elbow anymore, because when you start bending your elbow, you're gonna start emphasizing to work on your triceps, which is what I noticed Shahir was doing in his first couple sets. So we had to really just make sure that we lowered the weight, did a weight that he could control. And again, because it's new to him in some forms, because we haven't done it very often, he needs to build the foundations being the right form. Because again, this exercise can be good for your lats if you do it the right way. But most people, or a good variety of people, will use their triceps to, I guess, kind of allow themselves to do a heavier weight. But at the same time, just remember to do it the right way, because we are trying to hit our lats. Not trying to hit my triceps right now, I'm trying to hit my lats. So I want to make sure I'm doing it the right way for my lats. So just remember that, guys. But we're going to do this for 12 reps. Three, 4, 5. I was talking earlier about how you use other muscles to compensate when you're fatigued. This is definitely a good example of that, because when you get to a certain, you might be doing it the right way throughout your set, but when you get to those final reps, you start to use your elbows to bend and use your triceps, which is not what we're looking for, like I said. So make sure you're doing a weight you can control. If you do find yourself doing that, obviously that's an indicator that it's either too heavy for you or lower your reps or whatnot. But remember, 8 to 12 is what I'm aiming for. Anything higher than 15 is useless, so I'll just up the weight. Anything lower than 8, also useless. So just remember that, guys. But we got 2 more sets of this, get it done.
How do you want me to do it? This?
Yeah, like this. All right, so we're gonna work into our last set. Like I said, got a little something special for you. That bicep kind of, I want to call it a ladder set, where Shahir and I did 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, was fucking amazing. And that derived from doing pull-ups. So, I mean, we might as well resort back to the roots, and I've always been a big advocate of doing bodyweight movements as well. So we're gonna start off, or rather not start off, but we're gonna do pull-ups. We're gonna go up to 8, and then we're gonna go back down. So if you guys that didn't see that video, basically I'm gonna do 1, he's gonna do 1. I'm gonna do 2, he's gonna do 2, all the way up to 8 reps. We're gonna do 8 twice, and then we're gonna go back down. Definitely the best type of exercise to do when you have a partner, because you guys push each other, I'm telling you. Because especially when I see him and he'll be able to bang it out, I'll be like, fuck, I gotta do it too. So we're gonna crush this. Like I said, starting off with just 1, all the way up to 8. Got the band if need be, so if we do start to fatigue, I wanna make sure that we hit the 8 reps, but we're not gonna just use that just because we're struggling. We're gonna use that when we can't pull ourselves up anymore, because I don't wanna half-ass it, but let's get right into this. Whew. Remember, this is at the end of the workout too, so we're pretty fatigued already. We might have to do 6 for him, because I like those are chin-ups. We're trying to do pull-ups. We're trying to do pull-ups here. Fortunately, I didn't have the other mic, so it's just a solo one, but that's all right. Use the bend.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bend.
feel like I'm not even getting the full range by going all the way down. It's still a struggle. That was 3?
I got one more. I got one more.
One more. We might have to get a bigger band, but that's alright. It honestly might be more optimal to do the body weight movements at the beginning of the workout because we are fatigued, obviously, so it makes it harder, but we ain't gonna give it fucking excuses. Yeah, I'm not going all the way down. Should definitely change that. I think we might hit 6 because I want to hit that full range. I feel like I'm just going halfway and not getting the most out of it. But let's go shear. Shear's on 4 now. Use the bend. You could do chin-ups, bro. If you have to, do some chin-ups. You're still working your back, so. Nice. Okay. We're gonna have to try this full. One more, one more. Definitely feeling fucking weak right now. 5, yeah. We'll do 5 and then we'll come back down. Now I know I say when I set out to do a certain amount of reps, I stick at that amount of reps. But these aren't even reps right now. I'm half-assing this. So I want to make sure I'm doing the right type of movements. Get all the way down. I'll use the band to depict exactly what I'm talking about. But this is 5, so this is our way down now. Even with the band, bro, holy. Okay, one more. Feeling hella weak. Hella weak. But hey, it's a good indicator that we've been pushing ourselves the right way, right? Because if these reps were easy, what the fuck are we training for, right? Definitely something to improve on, but I feel like at every workout, I'm gonna be adding the ladder kind of sets at the end, especially if I have a partner. Even if I don't have a partner, I'll do it by myself, but I'll just mentally count how many seconds it takes. I don't know, it'll be a little bit more challenging to do by myself, but where there's a will, there's a way. There we go. You're gonna die. The band is gonna kill him. All right, 4 now. Band's not doing much, I'm not gonna lie. It's doing something, but it ain't doing much. It ain't 4 now. Oh. Chin over, chin over. There goes the phone. Alright, we're at 3 now. Almost there. We got this shit. Damn, bro. This is crazy. These ladder sets are no joke. Honestly, with legs, we're gonna have to do a ladder set with squats. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be crazy. With the 2 plates, just all the way up to 10. I'm gonna have to make sure I do leg day on Thursday or Friday with you. We're gonna do that. That'll be crazy.
My legs still hurt from the last one.
You heard the man. Mine do too, to be fair, but the biceps more than anything, man. And that was 2 days ago. I mean, we gotta do a tricep workout like that as well. Might have to do that. Wait to hold out with triceps till you're on here on Friday or Saturday. Or sorry, Friday or Thursday. One of the 2. All right, we're at 2 now. Damn, man, I feel like my back's got wings popping out of it. The traps? Yeah, you will feel in your traps. Traps being right here. For those people that were hating on me that said I didn't know where the fucking traps are, right here. Two. See, when you rest, when you take this long, give me a lot of rest, you know. All right, just one. You're ready for this, ready? No bend. Oh. Da. We thought we were gonna go up to 8, but we only did 5. Again, that's okay. I mean, I kind of highballed it with the mental knowledge that I was able to do 8 when I start off the workout. But of course, the more you progress through a workout, the more fatigued you're gonna be. You can't expect yourself to be able to bang out the same you can at the beginning when you're fresh. But you know what? We're gonna do ladder sets at the end of every workout that I do, especially with the partner. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to implement that by myself. It might just be drop sets and shit like that. Because again, when I work out by myself, there's like no fucking rest, especially when I'm not recording. So I mean, I still get a good workout in, but these ladder sets literally are no joke. Add them to your workout if you guys want to get gains, because this is a great way to work out with a partner and push your partner, because you got a partner for a reason, right? You might as well utilize the tools, and the tool being a motivator, right? So we're gonna crush, well, we're done this, but I don't know. I think we're gonna do some posing. We'll see what's up, but it's a great workout. Definitely a good back day. Some posing perhaps, but we'll see what's up. But yeah. Workout is all done. We were gonna hit some poses, but the lighting wasn't really there, and I guess that's a bad excuse, but I got shit to do. So I mean, I didn't want to stand around, pose for too long, and you know how I am with the posing and all that. I just feel like I don't like doing it too much. I mean, it's good to show you guys the byproduct of the types of workouts that I do and all that, but I don't know. I'm just not a big poser. You know, obviously you have that body dysmorphia. I don't think I look the best and whatnot, but the reality of it is, it ain't about comparing to other people. It's about comparing to where you used to be and realizing the growth that you've had, which I do look at. And back in the day, I mean, I've showed pictures of it, but I will show pictures. I'll probably post something on my Instagram or something to show how I used to look when I was super lean. And I look back at that and I'm like, fuck, I'm so lean. But the reality of it is, number one, I wasn't eating at all. 1,400 calories, which is absolutely stupid. Don't do that. I also wasn't, I mean, I wasn't jacked. I wasn't big. I mean, I could say I was jacked, but I feel like I'm a lot bigger now than I was. Well, I am a lot bigger now than I was there, right? So that's kind of more my objective, is to put on some size, and size we've put on, because back then I was 170. Right now I'm at 190, so at 20 pounds, quite a lot of muscle. But hey, man, not all muscles. Definitely some fat there, but the cut's gonna be crazy, and I think I'm gonna cut around April, so I'm excited for that. But hit that sub button if you're new. We are on route to hit 1,000 subscribers by April 1st, guys. It is March 18th today, which means we are closing in. We got to keep pushing. At the time of this recording, we're at 845 subscribers. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are truly the goats. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below what you guys did over the weekend. I'm always curious, and how you guys do what you need to do over the weekend, and how you implement the balancing element, because again, I can learn something from any person, and there's always something to learn. You guys know so much more in certain things than I do, and vice versa. So it's always good to hear other people's opinions so I can become better, right? Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a video. 5 videos a week, definitely going to be increasing. We are definitely grinding, guys. There's only one thing that is certain in this life, and that is death. So you guys got to make sure every day counts. Have a blessed day, guys, and find your impetus. Goodbye.